and welcome back to the channel. Sorry we've been away for so long, but my partner and I had ourselves a baby girl recently, another addition to our spooky family. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what Michaels Canada has to offer so far for their Halloween lineup. The first thing that caught my eye was the assortment of candles that you can see that are tons of Halloween and autumn scents, such as pumpkins, vanilla chai latte, apple crisp. And then we see the wreath building section with a whole bunch of fall pieces and a whole bunch of Halloween pieces. So you see some leaves and some gourds and some pumpkin pie flags apparently. Those were pretty neat actually. These are all the pretty typical pieces you can expect to see at Michaels, but usually they are way overpriced, so I wouldn't recommend without a coupon. Or you can try your local dollar store or Dollar Tree if you're in the United States. I find that they have the same kind of stuff for way cheaper. But it is also a lot of fun just to look to see what they have and if there's something there that we can recreate ourselves. And after the wreath section, we get into the more tiny trinkets that are more Halloween related. In this section, a large portion of it gave me Mad Scientist Evil Lab vibes. There were funnels and beakers and lots of different containers that you would imagine seeing in some sort of laboratory. My only concern with these is that all of them seem to be glass, and I kind of enjoy when a few of them are plastic. That way I don't have to worry about breaking them. Further down the aisle, we get to the pillow section. Normally I'm a huge fan of the Halloween autumn pillows, but they didn't seem to have too many options this time around. Now I did notice that they were stocking the shelves while I was looking, so hopefully there are more pillows in store for us in the future. As we continued further, we got into more of the Halloween autumn signs. Now, signs really aren't anything new for Michaels, and I find that they typically have kind of the same signage every year. So I didn't really see too many that stuck out that said, hey, this is brand new, this is me, you want this year. But once again, it's always just so fun to look. Another piece that they had among the signage that they always typically have are the glass or ceramic pumpkins, which I absolutely love the aesthetic of, but there is no way that I could possibly purchase those as I have a dog and a cat. So I'm sure if you have pets at home, you know exactly what I mean. By this point in the shopping trip, I was a little bummed because most of the pieces were autumn pieces, and I really am looking for the Halloween pieces. However, I am shopping in August, so hopefully we will see more Halloween pieces as we get closer to Halloween. Or so I thought until we turned the corner and finally we arrived at the Halloween inspired pieces. Immediately, the first thing that caught my eye was the ceramic bust of the Bride of Frankenstein. She was very heavy and very solid, and I think it's a piece I could actually get away with in my house. The rest of the aisle was more palm reading tarot card feel to it, which is a really cool aesthetic if you're into that. I personally haven't put a room together like that, but maybe I will in the future. Who knows? The next piece that really caught my eye was this ceramic raven statue, very Edgar Allan Poe-esque. It was holding a sign that said Nevermore and it was on top of a skull. I just thought it looked really cool. There was only one and I didn't pick it up, and maybe I should have. Hopefully Michaels will put out more later on. After the Edgar Allan Poe raven, there were a few other ceramic statues that were pretty cool. There was a stack of books that said Art of Magic, Potion Making, which I thought was super neat, but nothing really that caught my eye. Another thing that I thought was super cool was the actual backing of the shelves. Michaels does a really good job of putting up backing that supports the theme of their shelves, and I just thought that it was super neat. And if I ever design a studio to film my Halloween videos in, I would definitely want to do shelving with some sort of spooky background, maybe kind of like this one. There was also a tiny section with pieces that kind of gave you the love till death do us part feel to it, but I couldn't film too much of that because they were stocking the shelves. So I immediately rounded the corner and found more autumn inspired signage and trinkets. Of all the pieces in this aisle, the only one that stood out to me was the Welcome Fall sign. I really liked it, how it looked like it had a wicker basket background, and the Welcome Fall just stood out very nicely. On the opposite side of the aisle, we had what seemed to be a pie-themed signage trinket area. Very pumpkin pie, apple pie-esque. I always hate these pieces because Personally, I don't like pie. I think it's absolutely disgusting, and I am aware I'm probably the only person on the planet who thinks this way. If you're watching this and you too don't like pie, please just leave me a quick comment. It would be so nice to know that I'm not the only person who doesn't like pie. The rest of the aisle pretty much had the same stuff we'd been seeing already, so it was time to get to my favorite part of the Michaels store, the Limex Spooky Town collection. They had some pretty neat looking pieces, although I did feel like there was a little bit less this year than there have been in previous years, but maybe that's just because they hadn't put out all the product yet. My favorite piece this season so far is a piece called the Sugared Pumpkin. It's actually a little candy store. What I liked about it was it had a lot of small little Halloweenish details to it, like some pumpkins, some candy corns, and it just felt very fun. It felt like a really good piece to add to my Spooky Town collection. So hopefully we'll be headed out to purchase that soon and we'll do a review on that. Besides that, they had a lot of other really cool pieces, but that's the one that really seemed to stick out to me. Besides the actual village pieces themselves, they did have a wide variety of smaller figurines and decorative little pieces that you can add to your spooky village. I have bought a few of these in the past, but typically when I look at them, they are very much the same as last year. I didn't really see too many that looked new, but you never know, so we got to go ahead and take a look anyways. And if you are interested in my Spooky Town collection, stay tuned. There's going to be a video coming up very soon showing you a piece I bought last year, and I'm going to do a build with me type video later on in the season. As always, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe.